So my question to you today is, what is the human nature? What is your nature? What is your original, natural, untouched, and uninfluenced by civilization? In all the answers that you can come up with, in all the answers that you think that God created you into, one element, one characteristic that I am 100% sure that lies within you is that you are a conqueror. You can define yourself based on other things, many other things, but in you is a seed of a conqueror. It might be dormant now. It might not be productive, but in you is a seed of a conqueror. The first point that I want you to write down is, where your pain is, there lies your purpose. Where your pain is, there lies your purpose. In economic terms, we talk about demand and supply. No single person goes out and starts a business if there's no demand. Unless the product that they're coming up with is so advanced to the point where the product itself can initiate demand. Most of the businesses that we are involved in, someone goes out and looks for a product or looks for something that can solve a problem, but doesn't find it. Guess what? They say, oh, if I can't find it, I'm sure that there are 20,000 other people who are looking for the same thing. Let me go and produce it and sell it. So that person faced, even though it might be a smaller scale pain, they face pain. And through that pain or challenge, an idea was born. If you read the story, you realize that here's Naomi, married with 2 sons. In the space of a short time, she loses her husband. Her 2 sons are gone. I think in life we come to a point where we do things because naturally it's allowed. No, you have to go to school. It's the right thing to do. You have to get a job. It's the right thing to do. You're old enough, you're in love, you get married. It's the right thing to do. There's so many things in life that we do because they're the right things to do. The unfortunate thing is that we get so connected to those things that the day they disappear, we look lost because we don't know who we are and what we stand for. Most of us today can't survive without our cell phones. If you leave your cell phone at home and going to work, your mind goes berserk. Oh, who's going to call me? Mandela's going to call me. As if he has ever called you. You get worried. On a serious note, here was a woman, Ruth, married for 10 years to Marlon. After 10 good years, tragedy strikes. She loses her husband. She loses her brother-in-law. My question to you today, what is it in your life that you have attached yourself to that suddenly defines you? And when that thing knocks off, when that thing weaves to the left and to the right and it's not still, suddenly you get worried. You start to doubt your capabilities. You start to doubt who you are. For some of us, it might be our job. You've qualified into a particular sector and you're doing well, you're an accountant. 2 years down the line, the CEO comes and says, I'm not impressed with you. You have made 1, 2, 3 mistakes. I thought you were one of the best, but you know what? I doubt you. For sure, the whole week you're going to go back to your room and say, what have I done? Am I not that good? I thought God had given me this talent. Why is this person judging me? What's happening? You start to doubt your own capabilities. You start to doubt your own strength. I want to say something to you and listen very carefully. It's at that moment when you start doubting who you are that you can start believing in who He is. It's at that moment when you start doubting who you are that you can start believing in who He is. I want us to read a verse in the Bible in Ruth that for me defines the attitude, the strength that we're supposed to have when believing in who He is. Again, from Ruth 1, can you please read from verse 14 to 18. Ruth 1, 14 to 18.
Ruth 1, 14 to 18. And they lifted up their voice and wept again. And Orpah kissed her mother-in-law, but Ruth clave unto her. And she said, Behold, thy sister-in-law is gone back up unto her people and unto her gods. Return thou after thy sister-in-law. And Ruth said, Entreat me not to leave thee, or to return from following after thee. For whither thou goest I will go, and where thou lodgest I will lodge. Thy people shall be my people, and thy God my God. Where thou diest will I die, and there will I be buried, and the Lord do so to me, and more also, if aught but death part thee and me. When she saw that she was steadfastly minded to go with her, then she left speaking unto her.
Thank you. I wonder if you really bought into that verse. Let me break it down to you in simple, natural terms. You're in a marriage that's not working properly, according to expectation. Your wife comes to you and says, Brother, this thing is not working. I suggest let's separate. I can see you've not been happy for the last 3 years. Go your way, I'll go my way. How many people will say, No, I am not going. Don't urge me to leave you or turn back from you. Where you go, I will go. And where you stay, I will stay. Your people will be my people, and your God, my God. How many people, once they've identified their purpose or direction in life, and when it gets dark, and the wind blows, and there's no one around, and they feel lonely and left out, and they look at their purpose, and the purpose says, follow me if you want to, but no, you can take that direction, you can go back. And they're going to say to their purpose, don't urge me to leave you or turn back from you. Where you go, I will go. And where you stay, I will stay. Your people will be my people, and your God, my God. Where you die, I will die, and there I will be buried. May the Lord deal with me, be it ever so severely, if anything but death separates you and me. Orpah and Ruth. One decided to take a U-turn and go back. One said to the mother, I am not going anywhere. I am going with you. I will die with you. Your people will be my people. And I want to encourage you today and say, whatever you're going through today, whatever challenge you're facing, it's the right moment to look at your purpose. It's the right moment to look at your vision. It's the right moment to look at your goal. It's the right moment to look at the original intent of why you were born. And say to that reason, don't urge me to leave or turn back from you. Where you go, I will go. And where you stay, I will stay. Your people will be my people, and your God, my God. Where you die, I will die, and there I will be buried. May the Lord deal with me, but be it ever so severely, if anything but death separates you and me. What is it that you are connected to that you can stubbornly say those words? Today, make that call. Decide. And the decision is not based on what's happening now. Ruth knew that Naomi was not rich. Naomi actually explained that, listen, I won't have time to have kids that you will marry. So there was nothing tangible that Ruth was going to stay for. But she knew her journey. She understood that there was a reason why she initially got married, regardless of the death. So make a commitment to your purpose and make it especially when it's painful. So many times we want to make a commitment to our purpose when everything is going well and everything is bright on top of the mountain. That's fine, it's easy. But for you to make that commitment when you're in pain, that's when you discover your purpose. That's one. Where your pain is, there lies your purpose.